Yeah. Hello, sir. Hi. So this is Aashiq Ahamed. I'm the founder and president of a business community called United Business Circle. I hope it's audible, sir.
All clear.
So I'll just give a brief glimpse about this business community, and then we'll get into the thing. So United Business Circle is a business community. It's precisely a business ecosystem organization. So where we have a huge number of like management divisions where we foster entrepreneurs, we nurture entrepreneurs, young startup entrepreneurs, and business people through different means of services. Actually, so we leverage them through to various platforms. Like we have a platform, investment platform, where we have a lot of investors into our community forum where they invest into startups. We have an incubation forum where we get to incubate the startups. We have a media division where we endorse all the new startups and innovative ideas what the entrepreneurs are carrying on. And we have a division called events, UBC events, where we used to conduct different types of business conclaves and summits and everything. That's used to be a big part of our community. Last, we have UBC affiliation, where we provide all types of consultancy regarding the business things through different partners. We have already partnered with various companies and firms through which we provide we deliver all type of support to our entrepreneurs. So we have about 1,500 entrepreneurs, 1,500 plus entrepreneurs to our different social media platforms actually. So UBC have membership, and where people become member of UBC and avail all the services what we provide actually. So it's completely on nurturing the entrepreneurs. And now, yeah, so being under lockdown, so which is a kind of an unexpected and unfortunate crisis what we are all going through. So we thought to make it more beneficial, we thought to make it more productive. So that is why we thought of coming up with an event. It's called Fire Chat. It's nothing but a kind of a brief conversation with any very prominent speakers and entrepreneurs regarding the journey, regarding the topic. So people can being at home, they can witness all these things and be productive about it, and get to know what kind of informations do they have to convey on this crisis situation and impact what we have gone through. And because it's a huge impact on every type of businesses, so definitely it's very necessary. So what we thought about it, that is why we are undergoing this. And now we are at the 8th episode of Fire Chat, and we have a very popular figure in front of us, and one of my most favorite speakers of I've been through so many platforms and everything. So definitely sir is a very great inspiration. So Mr. Pravin Shekar, sir, thank you. I'm really glad to have you here in our Fire Chat series to give a quick introduction. I hope everyone knows about it, but still, I just want to give a quick introduction about the sir. So he's the founder and CEO of a company called Krea, which is a healthcare research company. It's a and then he's a marketing by himself. So first of all, I want to say, rather than companies branding and everything, he's a personal brand, personal branding gimmick. I just wanted to say he's a stalwart of a personal branding. So he himself is a brand more than a company. Probably if you say Pravin Shekar itself a brand for everyone of us. So that's a great tactics what he is trying to accomplish every time. And then he's running a company called crux108.com actually, which is a marketing firm. It's Outlier Marketing firm. And apart from that, he's a wonderful speaker, and he's an author. He's author for more than 6 books, sir. In case if I'm not wrong, actually more than 5 books. It's probably, I guess, 6 more books are yet to release. Probably, we are quite curious about it. I personally have read 2 books of his, which is really excellent. And thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Actually, it's a wonderful thing. I'm really glad to have you here, sir.
My pleasure, Aashiq. Thank you very much for inviting me again to UBC.
Wonderful, sir. So yeah, with opening thing actually. So here we have a very powerful topic today. So which is I can say which is his expertise. Kind of a topic which he always covers about, and which he is really very close to that. And so this topic is very powerful, and we have a kind of a curiosity which is created even in the topic. So what is this topic all about? So that's what we're gonna get to know about this throughout the session. So before that, I just want you to give an opening remarks, sir, like kind of a keynote about your perspective on this question and how this has impacted in everything. Yes, sir.
Good, beautiful. Now, Aashiq, you got recently married. Before that, I have a question. Before you got married, Aashiq,
yes, sir.
Were you ever in love? We're going live. We're going live.
No, that's
Okay,
a
let's.
that's a
Uh,
great blow, for the initial stack actually.
now I'll tell you why.
Yes, sir.
It is in a normal course of growth. It is absolutely natural for us to fall in love.
Okay.
And when we fall in love and that love does not fructify, what happens? We get rejected. We get dejected. We get into shock. We get into denial. How can this happen? How can this happen to me? It is confusion. And then finally, a revelation that, hey, there is much more beyond this particular rejection. And then you take action and subsequently you go on, fall in love again, get married, etc. So the process basically is shock, denial, confusion, awakening, and then action. Now, what happens in life is exactly what is happening today. That is complicated million times over because we do not even know who rejected us, how we got rejected. Of course, it's this invisible virus that we are talking about.
Yeah.
But related to your own life, yes, stumbling is happening. We've fallen in love, fallen out of love. We've had relationships that got messed up, but we moved on. Some cases we changed, some cases the situation changed, or we changed companies, etc. But then that is exactly what is happening now. So when you simplify things, when you can make it relatable, then it becomes a lot more easier for people to understand.
Correct.
So it is very similar to life, what is happening. And this is the third month of this lockdown. Finally, people are coming out of denial. They are realizing that there is a significant potential, a whole new world that is going to be open. And that is what is necessary today. Getting out of denial, realizing that, hey, if I'm in shit, how long do I want to be here? I need to get out. So what do I need to do to get out? That thought process has come in.
Correct.
That's my answer. That's my opening note, that there is significant potential outside, provided we change the way we are looking at things and we change the way we run our business.
Wonderful. That's really a positive note, actually. So you just related, beautifully. So all about the precisely what you're trying to say is we just need to move on, because this is something which comes, usual, unfortunate, unexpected things may come into life. Like we just need to move on, and we need to carry forward our things and everything. So which is a beautiful positive note what you've given to the entrepreneurs who are watching now. So thank you, sir. With that, I would like to get into your journey, sir. Like I just wanted to know, because probably I don't know how many people would have heard about your journey in every time, because we're always very keen about your topics always. Like every time we call you, we give presentations, we always feel very productive and freshen up with the topics and everything. So we just wanted to know your journey, sir. How come, what was your inspirational point where you become an entrepreneur? And more than that, actually, especially your interest, your focus towards marketing.
Okay. Two separate questions here. This is my 21st year as an entrepreneur.
Wonderful.
I started on the path of entrepreneurship in 1999.
Okay.
Now, right from college, I realized that I want to start my own business. So when the opportunity first came up, an opportunity that came from a former partner of mine, business partner, who was looking for a co-founder. We pitched in Germany, we pitched to the client, and in 99, I turned an entrepreneur. And then subsequently, I called myself a parallel entrepreneur, Aashiq, because serial entrepreneur starts, sells, does whatever. I do everything in parallel. There are smaller initiatives, larger initiatives. And when you've been an entrepreneur for over 2 decades, you've seen it all, right? Acquisitions, mergers, close downs, sell, upsell, everything. And my journey as a marketer started when I took a 2-year break. I wrote CAT, I went to IIM Indore, and there my marketing professors realized the potential in me, and they guided me through saying marketing is what is everything. You are a marketer, and I became a marketing evangelist after that. Now, my advantage was, Aashiq, I was an entrepreneur in business school and running business in parallel.
Okay.
Right? Of course, my partner and co-founder also handle things, but when you have that kind of an opportunity where all the learning that you are doing, all the case studies that you're working on are on live business divisions that we are working on. Yes. And those 2 years, right after the following year, after my course completion, our revenues doubled every year because
Wow.
we were implementing the learning directly. So that was where my love, Professor Ashish Saad and Professor Tapan Panda from IIM Indore, sowed the seeds of marketing love. And then, of course, you keep seeking mentors. I had Jay Krishnan from Unity Solutions, former Vice President of TAI Chennai. I had Vishy Vishwanathan, former Executive Director of TAI, as some of my mentors who guided me through on various aspects of marketing. And then, of course, the Seth Godin. I'm a part of the marketing school. I continue to join and learn every year because if you are a marketer, you're a marketer for life. And I believe everyone is a marketer.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. So like, so that made you know always like give importance. Like, as you said, marketing is one of the most prominent tools of business. Which can really like take the business to the next level and everything. So I just wanted to ask you, like, people say that top companies, companies who are really focusing on like products, so a company who are like who have a very good product and everything, they don't spend much on marketing. I just I used to hear all these kind of things, like say what is that, Red Bull doesn't do marketing, Apple doesn't do much of marketing, all these things actually. So why is that? So like what is like an importance of marketing, like which has to be very equal with the product making. So that's also the case actually. I just wanted to, people have this idea, sir, like mirror this idea, because that has to be cleared off.
Yes. Now, marketing, simply put, Aashiq, is making positive change happen.
Okay.
That's it. Marketing doesn't mean selling, doesn't mean advertisement, doesn't mean putting everything through. It just means making positive change happen. And I'm going to quote an example here. My book editor, Ganesh Vanchishwaran, who sits in Bangalore, he narrated this incident that when he started his career, he was working in Blue Star in Ananagar. So it was a 3-floor building. And suddenly by 3 o'clock, 3:30, there was a buzz in the reception area and a few of his colleagues went outside. And one of these days, he also followed them and found an elderly local mummy.
Okay.
Bringing in that the plastic bag, not the plastic here, the knitted bag, the lunch bag that we normally used to carry, full of local snacks, mulmurukku, tatta, rava urunda, etc. at 3 o'clock. And he also got hooked on that. Every day she used to come between 3:30 and 4:30 and deliver it just for the day and then go on.
Okay.
So one day, he's a marketer as well. So he got curious and Ganesh went and asked this lady, enna pandringa? I make it in the morning and I have these 3-4 buildings in which I get about 30-40 customers who know exactly what I make. And every day I come at that time and give it to them exactly at the time when the tea fellow comes and delivers tea.
Okay.
Right? So this is my market. This is the difference I'm making. Now, I can walk down to the Parvati Bhavan, which is close by, or any other store and buy that. But here is somebody knowing what I need, when I need, and giving it to me at a price point that I want. So no other example of making positive change happen, because I have that hunger. I need to eat something.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to go too far. And she's timing it along with the chaiwala, the tea guy who's coming. And she has not done her master's in business administration. She's not even done the school.
Yes.
But she knows her customer. She knows the need. She knows the want. And she also, the need is something to eat. The want is, this person needs mulmurukku. That person likes tattai. This person likes undai. Whatever that case.
Correct.
If that is not marketing, what is? And that lady does not need any marketing, because through word of mouth marketing, she says, these 3 buildings have 40-50 clients for me, and that is more than enough for me.
Correct.
Right? Monday to Friday is what my business is. She does zero advertising. It's all word of mouth. Now, once the concept is clear, Aashiq, that marketing is about making positive change happen, being there for the customer, understanding their need and satisfying the need at the exact time.
Correct.
Who needs advertising? Who needs branding?
Superb. So like here actually what you're trying to say here is being exclusive, like even in your customers and everything. So you just target only on the customers who's their actual requirement, who needs, like your business as a necessity. So that is what you're trying to say here. So there are 2 things, there are 2 ways, sir. Like, even being an entrepreneur, like we market, for an instance, what we think about is, so one, we think about, fine, we can reach out to large mass of audience, so that like our business might turn up. Even like any group of people might turn up to the business. Our revenue might increase and everything. This is one perspective. This is one angle of thought. The other angle is we can just focus on only one part. We can just only focus on this particular group and put our all efforts and all finance, all revenue of marketing into this, all expenditure into this, so that we can get the maximum out of it. So this is one focusing into large mass of audience, thinking that like focusing on one small group would not work. So this is one thing, and one is focusing on one small part, like like filtering out every other types of thing. Only this group of people is my audience, which is really efficient. So what do you think about this?
Good. Aashiq, you realize that there are, in normal circumstances, people run outside. Some people run 3 kilometers, some people run 5K, some run 10K, some run half marathon, some run full marathon, some run ultras of 50K to 100K kilometers.
Mhm.
You familiar with this trend?
Yeah.
All of them are runners.
Yeah, correct.
But each one runs towards their set objective and their capability.
Correct.
I cannot look at somebody doing an ultra marathon of 50 kilometers and say, I've got to run like that. When my body constitution, my training, everything else is completely different.
Correct.
Right? The driver is different. What drives him is different from what drives me.
Correct.
So, to answer your question, 99% of the entrepreneurs today are only copying and pasting, aping whatever is happening with the larger companies, not knowing that they have moved step by step to that level.
Correct.
I can look at a Rajnikant, I can imitate him, I cannot become a Rajnikant.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
So my answer is, figure out what you want. What kind of a runner are you? What kind of an entrepreneur are you? Whether you are a lifestyle entrepreneur or a growth entrepreneur. A lifestyle entrepreneur this year, let's say, for example, makes about 15-20 lakhs. He is happy with it. He is happy with a plus 5% inflation equating increase. Right? There are certain entrepreneurs who are hungry for growth. This year I've done 20 lakhs. Next year I want to do 40. The year after I want to do 100. The strategies are different. Okay. This guy can't look at the other person Correct. And say, copy that strategy.
Correct.
Because the need itself is different. And the whole world seems to be swayed by the glamour element of the funded companies who have loads of money to burn. They don't care about the return on investment. They don't care about this is growth, 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 growth. It is falling now because there is no growth. Whereas the companies that have built tribes, the companies that are focused on micro market over micro market over micro market continues to grow. That same Mami in Ananagar has built relationship with these people and is now delivering the stuff to their house, not the office.
Wow.
Now you see, because the relationship has been built up.
Correct.
Right? You could say, hey, she can set up branches across town, etc. No, she knows what she wants, what revenue she wants, what kind of an entrepreneur she is. She's very clear. So the strategies are towards that.
Okay.
Mass is necessary for some companies, micro is necessary for some companies. And let me give you an example. I've had business mentors.
Okay.
But at every stage of my business, I need a different mentor. When I am starting up, I need a startup mentor. When I'm in a growth stage, I need a growth mentor. If I'm going public, I need somebody who's been there, done that, and taken. The startup mentor cannot help in that point.
Exactly. Right.
Logical?
Right.
And why and how can your marketing strategy be one size fits all?
Okay. So it differs. It differs as per your, like your business model and every stuff. Like that. So that is what you're trying to say actually. So in case, for an instance, if you are targeting, if you are running, say, a cosmetic business, so more than, like focusing on large group of audience who's more than 50 plus, 60 plus, let's just focus on the group of audience who are like, like say, for an instance, my audience is 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 age group of people, and focus completely on that. So try to take maximum out of it. So kind of, exploiting the tactics out of it. That is what you're trying to say, right, sir?
I'll give you another example, Aashiq. I love collecting stories. I love talking to entrepreneurs and marketers. And this is a story shared by Aarti Srinath from Inception Business Consulting, another marketing powerhouse. Okay. And for one of their clients, again Chennai based, but physical exercise fitness club. So they did mass marketing. They went ahead in Facebook, etc. Every month they were getting about 700, 800 leads.
Okay.
But after 3 months, they looked back and saw that the conversion rate was only 10%.
Okay.
Out of 700 leads coming in, only about 70, 80 of the people were signing on with the fitness clubs. And you need to realize, Aashiq, that these fitness clubs are local. If there is something in Keel Park, only people in and around Keel Park are going to come. So their mass was inside that area. So when they analyzed the 70 to 80 people who are converting and taking on, they realized that it was only the 35 to 45-year-olds who have hit a certain part where are putting on weight, have hit the diabetes or BP, and are hitting the gym, taking the subscription, but also are very loyal there. So from a mass part of it, they have segmented in all their advertisements are catered towards this segment. So they don't have a bodybuilder photo. They have a regular, slightly obese kind of a person advertising for joining the fitness club.
Okay.
Right. So from a mass, they have narrowed it down. And this is the age group. This is the segment that has a need. And
Correct.
they are attacking that part, leaving everyone else who can walk in. But the focus outreach is only for this segment. And you have to identify that segment.
Correct. You're right, sir. You're right, actually. So what you're trying, it really makes a beautiful sense. Actually, people need to take it up. Right now, sir, like I'm getting into that actually. So, people have heard about marketing, like people have heard about, various methods of marketing, like there's referral marketing, like frugal marketing. So there's social media marketing, all the stuff is there, Now comes into the point. So what is this outlier marketing? Which is exactly, please take your time, sir. Please give us a beautiful explanation or elaboration on this. People really want to know, what is this outlier marketing, sir?
Right. Let me take the example of your mass marketing that you asked.
Okay.
All the entrepreneurs, 99% of them are blind copycats. Because it works in the US, because this is what that other guy has done, this is what the competition has done, they go ahead, copy paste, and expect magic to happen.
Yeah, right.
When the magic doesn't happen, they blame everything else. They blame the economy, they blame the government, they blame the former girlfriend, whatever, except themselves. Right? Now, when the traditional isn't working, you will have to do the non-traditional. When the whole world is trying out one way, you need to realize, Aashiq, that even till January, there was a lot of digital noise that was happening. Now that digital noise is 1,000 times more, because that is the only channel and the only media.
Correct. Right.
So unless you do something drastic to cut through the noise, you are failing in the first level of marketing, which is awareness. Only if people are aware about you, will they have interest to come and talk and then come and discuss with you, and then it gets into the proposal stage. Even for a consideration, are you a part of the consideration set? So when you think, hey, I have to do something differently, that is the first step towards outlier. Right?
Okay.
Now you might say, it's so easy for you to say.
Yeah.
But you have to train your mind to do it. Let me go back to romance. Let us say you are a mechanical student in engineering college, and there are only 4 or 5 ladies out there, and you are in love with somebody, but you have to go and tell.
Okay.
But in that entire college, there are only 4 or 5 girls, so every person is going to come and propose.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not getting sexist and everything else here. I'm just talking experience here.
Yeah. I'm getting it.
So for that girl to even notice you, you've got to do things differently.
Exactly.
Maybe you got to dress differently, maybe the way you talk, or maybe approach, everything has to be different.
Exactly.
Practical, Aashiq.
Yeah.
Now, when that's true for life, why is it different for business? If your website is a copy paste of that, if your messaging is a copy paste, if your approach plan is a copy paste, then that is the originality, that is the point of differentiation.
That's a wonderful example. What you gave. Yeah.
Right? Therefore, you need to be an outlier. And the way you think itself is fine. This is what the world is doing. 50% I'll do that. But the other 50%, at least I can try something different, right?
Correct.
From the approach, from the different parts, what can we do? So let me give you a practical example.
Yes.
When we have to send a proposal, or when we have to send something to a client, it is easy for us to type a letter and send it across.
Yeah.
We handwrite the proposal in such a notebook and send it to the client.
Yeah.
In the
Wow.
digital world, of course, we have it, but we handwrite and post it across. When they look at it, only 10 pages are used. The rest of the notebook they can continue to use. Look at
Okay.
the quality, look at the difference. That is as different
That's
as
a real innovation, actually. Yeah.
right? It is just different thinking. Going absolutely back and saying, okay, what else can I do to get noticed?
Okay.
Right? What can I do?
Wonderful.
Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's another speaker, Crystal Washington from the US, whom I had the good fortune of interviewing, sent flowers to her prospect who was not feeling well. She sent it to the office sent it back. She knew to that level. Now, don't get into the stalking and related aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is showing that I care.
Yeah.
It is showing that I care. And that is, if that is not marketing, what is? I know you, I understand you, I care for you. Right? So,
Yeah.
how are we doing things differently? What are you doing to get noticed? Even if it is social media, Aashiq,
Yeah.
even in social media, what is stopping you from sending a video recorded message to your client?
Yes.
You've taken the effort. There are several software tools, BombBomb, or you can do it in Zoom, record it, upload it in your thing, send the link across to them saying you care. What is stopping each one from thinking? That is outlier thinking. When the whole world is doing something, what is it that I will deliberately do differently within the moral, ethical, legal framework to cut through the noise and show my client that I care, that I know and understand their problem, I know their needs and wants, and I will solve the problem that they have.
Super.
Is outlier thinking. Let me give you a story here, Aashiq.
Definitely. Sir. Yeah.
In Cambodia, it was found out that because of poverty and other things, the children did not have enough iron content in their food.
Okay.
Okay, so the scientists, etc., decided, and this was something shocking to me, but the video is available on YouTube.
Okay.
The government gave pieces of actual iron to all the families to put in the food when they were cooking. So some
Okay.
iron can come into the body. But the population did not understand, Aashiq. So the piece of iron was used as a table stopper, door stopper, pencil holder, whatever. So then they went back in the culture and found out that the Cambodians, for them, fish is something significant in the culture. It is there in the door. It is like you can see the drishti bomma there. The food is there. That the fish is there for them everywhere. So
Okay.
what they did is made that iron in the piece of of a fish and distributed it across to all the families, saying, "Put it in the food. It is good luck, good charm culture."
Okay.
Right? So the solution itself, the way they gave, is completely outlier.
Yeah.
Who would
Yeah.
think of an iron fish that they will put in? Now they are bringing culture into it, so it automatically comes in and puts. So this is clearly an outlier thinking.
Superb. Superb. So like like say that's a real that's really beautiful phrase what you have used in your like one in case if the world is going in one way, please choose another way. That is what outlier is all about actually. And also being that customer satisfaction is a prominent part of outlier marketing. Like how you care your customers. Which I guess which makes it wholesome, sir. Like outlier marketing is all about it, which makes it wholesome. You do things differently. You always be innovative, and you always do care for your customers. These three things. In case if I'm not right, these things precisely part of complete outlier marketing. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
That's a wonderful explanation. Like, it's kind of very useful for the entrepreneurs who are hearing about it. And right, sir. Like like let's coming to the eager, very curious part of the question. Actually, what we have a topic. Our topic is very like very curious actually, which creates curiosity to the resistance. Outlier marketing your way out of L. So what is this L? And I just wanted to know, like we are getting so much of things in your mind. What does L stands for? Like your L means what?
Beautiful. Beautiful. If you can enable screen sharing,
Yeah.
I would like to show something to the audience.
Yeah.
So as he does it, now the four alphabets that you need to be aware of, all of you listening in, V, U, W, and L. What am I talking about these four alphabets? When you look at the economic recovery scenarios, these are the four most prominent scenarios that we would need to be aware of. Now, what happens in the V is we have dropped down. 3 months, 2.5 months of lockdown, we are at the bottom, and we are hoping and praying that the rise would also happen equally fast. We've fallen down, everything is going to be rosy, we're going to be back up. That's the V.
Okay.
Keep dreaming. The other one is a U when we have fallen down, but it's slowly going to plateau all the way back up.
Yeah.
It is the second best case scenario that we can look at.
Okay.
Or the other best scenario that can happen is a W, which is we've fallen down.
Yeah.
The government opens TASMAC and liquor shops, and there is a jump.
Yeah.
But there is also a jump in the virus, and then we fall down again.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And then there is another. So this is a W scenario that is happening. As an entrepreneur, as a marketer, I am preparing for scenario L. You can call it L, you can call it L. But this scenario is where, and I'm going to show you a book cover. This is the topic of my talk. This is Outlier Marketing Your Way Out of Hell. Hell is what we are dealing with today, because what you were charging $100, $500 for, 1,000 rupees, is now down to 0, 10, or 100 rupees.
Exactly.
And it is likely to continue in this line for at least 6, 12, 24, 48.
Yeah, it's uncertain. Yeah, you're uncertain about it.
Absolutely. We don't know. When you don't know, you hope and pray to go up, but that is not in our control.
Exactly.
What is in our control is we are here. Okay. So for this new abnormal, what do I do? How do I plan? So when the customer himself, remember, we are in the world of entrepreneurship and marketing still dealing with people and human emotions. Okay. People do not change. People get into denial. People put their head down and wait for the wind to go. This wind is not going anywhere. Which means if I have 1,000 rupees in my pocket, I will try to stretch the 1,000. The example I would like to give, especially for the bachelors who are working, is by the third week, we are out of money. The last week before salary comes in, we have to stretch it as much as possible. A lot of you first-time entrepreneurs and first-time those who have taken up work will know this.
Correct.
First 1 week, we spend a lot. People, third week, fourth week is a stretch until the salary comes again and the cycle repeats. In this case, this particular stretch may go on for 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. As an entrepreneur, I do not know what is going to happen. Therefore, my client does not take a decision. Therefore, I cannot hire. When I do not hire, there is lesser money in the economy, and that cycle continues on, which means the customer is going to hold on to the 1,000 rupees in his or her pocket.
Correct.
Right? What I used to spend the 500 on, I am thinking whether I need to spend at all, which is 0. Or can I make do with 50 rupees spend? Or can I go back and see if something is there, older one, which I can repurpose, jugaad, do something and then start using it? Or can I live without it?
Correct.
Right? It's been 2.5 months since we went to a restaurant, we went to a cinema hall, we went to a mall, which means we can live without it. Those are all wants, not needs.
Correct.
So until the restaurants quickly turn around to home delivery systems and adapt to it, like that Mami in Ananagar, we have a lady out here whose shop is closed. She makes these in the house, make sure as soon as the lockdown was up, home delivers it. Right? So that is what I call the L. This is what we need to plan for. Right? If we do not plan, if we are in the in denial phase, that it is going to come up again here. It's bound to come. The government will take care of it. The God will take care of it. Nothing is going to happen. You will have to take care of yourself first. So that is what I mean by L. And Aashiq, if I may have your permission, can I show one small grid that I have made?
Please, sir. Definitely.
Now, this is part of the book that I am writing. And the grid is not a pakka grid, but it is enough for you to understand that on one axis I have my knowledge about the market, and right on the bottom I don't know what the market is. On the x-axis I have new buyers, on the other end I have familiar buyers. So this is where the market is playing out. The top right quadrant is the ideal scenario where I know the market, I can go behind more buyers, but that buyer is not buying now. It is absolutely ambiguous. So I need to move left where I know the buyers, My knowledge about the market may not be great at the moment, but
Correct.
I know the market. It is a familiar buyer. I have to retain these clients. If I
Correct.
have to give a discount, if I have to add more value, if I have to bundle more services, this is a question of survival, not of success. This is a question of break even, not of profits.
Yeah.
I need to pay my resources. I need to pay rent. I need to pay all the necessary things. So this is the bottom left quadrant is where the entire world is trying to run.
Hmm.
That is what I call the laggards.
Okay.
But you and I, as outlier marketers, will go down to a newer buyer and a newer market segment for the existing services that I have. How
Okay.
can I alter the services? How can I change it? What solution can I come up with? Given my knowledge, what can I
Correct.
change?
Correct.
A newer buyer and a newer market. And that is where I bet today. Because
Correct.
my ass is covered with a familiar buyer. I need to make sure that I cover it. You might
Correct.
say, I'm running a store. What do I do? Think of delivery, think of different aspects. And I'm going to give you an example
Okay.
of my vendor Ramesh from Comp Systems. He installs CCTV systems. He's done it in my house, he's done it in my office.
Okay.
All through, he keeps in touch. I don't have any business. He did the office installation 4 or 5 years ago, my home installation 1 year ago. But he kept in touch every month. Sir, என்ன பண்றீங்க வேற என்ன நீங்க இருக்கு புதுசா இருக்கு ஏதாவது ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்க சார். He always was in touch.
Okay.
Obviously, there is a lockdown. He can't do his CCTV business, fell flat. He waited for the lockdown, and right after the lockdown, he is providing laptops on rent, PCs on rent, headphones on rent, video cameras on rent, lighting on rent, table, chair, everything on rent or purchase for all the home office workers.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's kind of that's a beautiful example for outlier.
Right? So he already has a relationship, but he is changing his service stream to the need of the market and changing it through.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So what are you thinking of about your business? How do you want to get out of the L? Because you
Correct.
will have to get out of the L in your own strength. You can't
Yeah.
rely on somebody else trying to come and help you out.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
So that's a beautiful example, actually. So what you're precisely trying to say is, in case if I'm running a retail market, if I'm running a retail store, which is completely brick and mortar style, which I'm not even getting into online. So right now, this is the right time where I can use this as an opportunity to completely make it e-commerce. So e-commerce is booming now. So since,
Yes.
I can put up my delivery team, I can just order through online. I'll deliver you all my grocery stores, everything. This is outlier, like adapting to the market. You just try to, like change according to the market trend. That is what you're trying to say, sir. I hope
Really fast. Really fast.
Really fast. Correct.
Faster than any other competitor anybody can think of.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful example of what you've given, and beautifully related as well. So people, entrepreneurs who are watching this, actually, you can take whatever like whatever abbreviation, whatever you want. Actually, you can take. For me, it's kind of a scenario. I thought L is all about scenario lockdown. So because it's a beautiful example for lockdown. Once you can never predict what's going to happen, and always be prepared for the worst. Like change according to the market trends. Which is really a beautiful. Positive thought what you've given, sir. Right now, sir, people here at the lockdown, we are in like this crisis situation. I guess so many people, so many companies, so many retail markets have faced a lot of like complications and apprehensive situations being through this. How should we see this, sir? How should we witness this? Like whether should we see this as a bane or kind of a pain what we are going through, or a beautiful opportunity right in front of us to market a company, to market a new brand?
Aashiq, has your system ever hung? The laptop or the PC, has it ever hung? Has it created problems?
Yes, definitely, sir. Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, I take it to the service outlet. I take it to any.
Okay, but before that, you try a hard reboot.
Correct. I do that. Yeah. Yeah. Before that.
Try a hard reboot. We just went through a hard reboot.
Correct. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It will take time for the things to fall in place, but I'm not waiting for that. You know why it is a brilliant opportunity? So if let us assume I have a marketing company and there is another larger competitor of mine whom I always kept looking at.
Mm-hmm.
If my loss is this much, his loss is this much, and we are all at the same L right now.
Correct. Correct.
Everything has been leveled. The
Correct.
competitive ability has been leveled, that now it is a mental fight.
Mhm.
How quickly can I come up with an outlier idea? How quickly can I pivot? How can I shift it through to
Mhm.
survive faster? Because when I survive, when I get a little bit more profit, then I'm going to reinvest it back in the business exactly like a startup. We are back to the startup world of starting from scratch. Except
Mhm.
in this case, we already have a momentum going. Rather than everything from scratch, most of it is from scratch, but we have the momentum, which
Correct.
means we have to keep running. How do you get off a running bus? College preparation நிறைய எடுத்திருப்பீங்க. You
ஆமா.
have to be ready and you also have to run with the bus for a little bit. You
Correct.
jump and
Correct.
stop, you fall down,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So here we have jumped off. We were also running, but we have jumped off this lockdown bus and we've got the momentum that we have to keep running
Exactly.
through.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
think of it as a leveler where my competitor and me are at the same level right now.
Mhm.
We have to warm up and train and have everything ready because we do not know
Mhm.
where the starting line is and when the whistle will be for the next race. We don't know.
Right. Right, sir. Right.
But I need to be ready. The minute there is a whistle, I am right there at the start of that running line, not warming up at the back.
Perfectly.
As an outlier, I'm right there up front. I'll be one of the first ones to make mistakes,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So it is a leveler. This is a great opportunity for us to do a need assessment. Okay, I have been working with this set of clients or customers. To me, Aashiq, B2B is clients, B2C is customers. That's just my definition of it.
Mhm.
So it makes things easier. I've been working with them. How well can I know? What else is their need? What do I work on? So I can do an in-depth need assessment and see which of my services is a need, which is a want. And if I need to come up with a newer service, what do I do?
Mhm.
And the famous, lovely example that I'm giving um, is people are reusing different things differently.
Mhm.
So in my college WhatsApp, everybody's working from home,
Yeah.
but they need something to raise the laptop for video settings and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's using a dustbin, somebody's using a bucket, somebody's using a stool,
Correct.
right? So the need there is I need height,
Mhm.
and they are using different products for that. Now adapt that to your product, service, or solutions. You have something, but what does the client need? How can you adapt this to
Correct.
fulfill their particular need that they have at
Correct.
the moment,
Correct.
right? We need to remember what is it additional that I am bringing to the table? What is it different that I am doing? If I am just a me too, I'm just a copy of the other person, then we are fighting on pricing on a commoditized offering,
Mhm.
right? But what is it? I'm going to give you an example. This is a marketing card game that we came up with last year.
Okay.
A simple card game to teach people the basics of marketing.
Okay.
Now, when we were coming out, we were testing. We had about 7 or 8 play tests. We invited entrepreneurs, marketers to come and play the game.
Okay.
The fourth play test, which happened on a Saturday,
Mhm.
I invited my designer and his wife. He runs his own design company, Arun Ramkumar. So that Saturday he came. 2 hours we played the game. He gave his feedback and then he went home.
Okay.
Monday evening, I get an email from him because till then what we were doing, Aashiq, was designing it on Word, printing the card on regular printer, cutting it with our scissors because it was still play testing.
Yeah.
So he went home in 2 days, designed the entire set of cards and said, Pravin, this is the design that must be there for the card. No proposal, no purchase order, nothing. He knew I had a need. He designed it, all 52 cards, and then sent it across saying, Pravin, this is how your design has to look.
Okay.
Classic outlier. He didn't wait. He knew I had a need. Within 48 hours, he sends it across.
Wow.
Right? What are you doing for your client today? What
Correct.
customer pain points are you aware of? How are you resolving it? What are you doing for it? Is my
Super.
question.
So act fast is one of the very important important factor of being an outlier marketer. So acting fast is very very important actually. So what would be your advice, sir? For the entrepreneurs, people being coming from different way of business, different business models and everything. So one thing, doing innovative things, kind of doing things differently in their own business. And some of the entrepreneurs are completely completely disappointed, being frustrated. They're changing their complete business from the start, from scratch. They're completely getting into a new business domain. So what would be advice on them? So like, is it fine? Okay, fine. So this is the scenario. Probably you can, okay, fine. You're using it as opportunity, get into a new business domain. That's fine for you. Or else, what would you suggest? Like, do innovative things, be stable on your business, and do innovative things on that. Do your things differently and try to achieve revenue with the same business. What would be your advice on this?
That is completely dependent on the kind of entrepreneur that they are in.
Okay.
Right. Uh, Let us talk about repurposing the existing business.
Mm-hmm.
Take Archana Stalin from My Harvest Farms, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They deliver vegetables. So they create urban farmers out of people. We take a subscription, and every week vegetables are getting delivered straight from the field into the house. Mm-hmm. Lockdown, there was not much. They got permission. Some of their clients made advance payments.
Okay.
So that the farmers could go. What her team did in the meantime is tied up with fruit makers in the neighboring farms.
Okay.
Right? You and I don't want to go out, but if somebody is bringing it to the house, we want to go ahead and place the order. Right? Okay. So along with vegetables, she said, we also now deliver fruits. Now we also deliver eggs. Right? So from only vegetables, she has added, because the clients need it and I don't want to go outside. Mm-hmm. Right? So my first request is understand yourself. By yourself, I mean the product, solution, services as well. Understand your customer. Surround yourself by positive, creative people. When you have to ideate, when you have to be an outlier, you need people who are a bit crazy, who think differently.
Correct.
Right? All through this COVID nonsense, Aashiq, I have interviewed close to 60 entrepreneurs. I have interacted with them.
Super.
I have spoken to 1,500 entrepreneurs so that I get charged up. The questions power me up to come up with newer ideas. And I have my core group. We meet once or twice every week mandatorily to discuss and bounce off ideas.
Super.
I have this problem. I have that problem. How do we solve? So I have this ideation team. Who is your ideation team? And they just can't be friends, guys. Yeah. My ideation team has 2 people who till date have not liked anything that I have done. but they have my interest in their heart.
Correct.
They have my interest in their heart. They are not my enemies.
Correct.
Right? But we do not agree on certain things. I want them as a part of my ideation.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So have that. 4, think of something really quick. Go ahead and implement it. Implement it with 5 clients or 10 customers. Assess whether your hypothesis is right, whether the need is sorted out. Get their feedback. Once you have 5 happy clients, they will bring in 5 more clients. Right? I am a happy client of Archana Stalin. I am a happy client of Arun Ramkumar. I am talking about them. I am doing word of mouth marketing for them.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Who is doing word of mouth marketing for you? Because right now, I want to retain my clients. Yes. I want to go deeper with my clients. While I also plan on newer services for a newer target market as I am trying it out.
Correct.
Right? This covers my ass. It covers my break-even cost, so my salaries and rent and everything else is paid. But in certain instances, when it has come down to 0 already, you really have to hit the desperate button immediately, form the team, ideate, and start experimenting. What do you have to lose?
Right, sir. So like, say for an instance, like if I'm starting a new business, or if any new entrepreneur starts a new business, which is the right time for him to market his business? People say, people give them different views, like, start focusing on the product, start focusing on the service, what you provide for the customers. Automatically, after a phase, probably you can start your marketing, or else, even your customers becomes a great, like marketing tool for you. They do word of mouth marketing. So referral marketing is one of the most prominent thing. You don't spend much on, doing some different ways of marketing, like social media and all those guerrilla marketing stuff and all the stuff. So which is the right phase to start that? Or else, in case if an entrepreneur wants to start up a new business at this lockdown time, so before delivering the services, can he start his marketing now? What is your point of view on that?
Marketing is creating positive change. It does not have to be loud. It does not have to be advertised.
Okay.
All the startup entrepreneur needs to do today is understand the customer, design a product or a solution for the client need or want.
Okay.
Preferably a need, because all the wants are either a chalavigal. incidental expenses which we are trying to bring, but a need is a need, right? Focus only on 5 to 10 clients, experiment, co-create, develop it with them. Once that is done, you have the 5 to 10 clients who are your extended sales arm, marketing arm. Right now, as a startup entrepreneur, you need to prove the concept. You need to have paying clients, and then you go to the next stage. Right now, the only thing you need to do is referral marketing. But before that, add value and build trust with a smaller set of clients. So your solution and the features, etc., get developed for that pain point. It is not like you develop a product and try to thrust it in front of clients. That is very old school.
Okay.
Right now, it has customization for what they need.
Okay.
Right? Why do I write my proposal in a notebook? Because I customize it. Every proposal is different for me. I can't just copy paste, change all in Word document and send it across to you.
Correct.
Right? Because that is the way to show I can. Yes. I am different than the other people. I will go 20 extra miles for you. Super. So get out of the old school of mass market, doing social. Facebook likes is not going to bring you revenue.
Exactly. Right. Exactly, sir. Wonderful, sir. Like, given a beautiful, like a new perspective on the marketing thing actually. So, and one more, beautiful question, what I have in my mind, seeing after you, because this cannot be asked to everyone. This can be asked for a person who are quite popular, who are quite being a brand and everything. So how effective is personal branding for an entrepreneur, sir? Like rather than, marketing his brand and company and everything, he himself becoming a brand, which will also help him grow his organization parallelly. So what do you think?
Beautiful. I will have to thank my mentor, J. Krishnan, JK from Thai Chennai and Unimity Solutions. I had this question and I approached him about 10 or 11 years ago.
Okay.
Because at that time, Krea was a startup and I was also up and coming as a speaker. And his advice is always two brands. Your company is a brand, you are a brand. As at a startup stage, when the company is growing, your brand reflects on the company from a trust perspective.
Yes.
But right. As the company grows and the clients grow, the company also builds a whole lot of credibility. But you need to have both together because the company may go off tomorrow. Your personal brand is going to be with you all the way.
Correct.
And as a startup, it is always the personal brand and the transfer of trust into your company that brings you the first few set of clients. Super. And therefore, it is absolutely necessary for you to invest in both the brands. Super. Right now, I have Pravin Shekar as a brand, I have Krea as a brand, I have Crux 108 as a brand, Can Do as a brand, Katha 108 as a developing brand. All these are smaller, some larger, some mini brands. Each of which needs its own brand strategy, each needs its own client and target sets.
Yeah. So, like, that's a really great thing, like the point what you have made. Tomorrow your company can, might fall probably, but your brand is going to live with you.
Or I might sell it off. It could get acquired for $7 million.
Yeah, it could get sold, it could get merged with any other company, but your brand always lives with you. That's a beautiful point what you have made. I guess, every entrepreneur who watches this, every people who watches this, please, like there are people who always focus only on the organization. They keep, they always keep it very low and they never show up and they never, be, present in the public and everything. So they always think, okay, let's be quiet aside. That's not the point. The personal branding is as effective. Probably we can say it's more effective than the branding what you can do with your company and organization, because that's going to live with you. That's a beautiful point what you have made, sir. I'm really thankful to you for giving such a beautiful session. Like last but not least, I wanted to, give you some. I want you to give some ideas about your current books and what you're gonna present actually. So the recent book what you have written, and please give us an idea why should we read about this. What's the knowledge what we're gonna get from the book? So please, your words on that, sir.
My recent book was launched last week. It's called the Virtual Summit Playbook, which is to encourage entrepreneurs to organize their own virtual summits, to establish thought leaderships, to give value to clients, and build their own tribe. The book is available for free. Just go to crux108.com/virtual summit playbook. And the reason we decided to give it free is it is a significant weapon and tool for each of you in your marketing arsenal and armory. So go ahead, read the book. You have any questions, feel free to reach out. My next book is the cover that I showed you, Outlier Marketing, Your Way Out of Hell. And entrepreneurs listening in, mic@pravinshekar.com. Write to me with your questions, your business problems, where you are stuck, and I'll be happy to address that. Following that, Aashiq, I've got 6 other books coming out in the next 6 to 8 months.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So I would like to inform that UBC as a community will definitely be, like be a part of, distributing all your books and ebooks to all our entrepreneurs, not only our entrepreneurs, to every other community where we have collaborated with. We have collaborated with different other business communities across, like across the nation, not only Tamil Nadu. We have it in Karnataka, Andhra, and everything. So we'll definitely we will always be, likely towards distributing your books and everything. So on this whole session, so what we've understood, I would like to keep it more precise for the users to, like for the viewers to acknowledge the fact actually. So we have discussed about, like marketing. So how important marketing is for a business actually. So that's the first thing what we have started with. And then, like our topic is the, like something we have learned a new thing, a new marketing style, which is called outlier marketing. So we have discussed about outlier marketing. So what is outlier marketing? So outlier marketing, as Sir said, it's doing things differently. Like when the that the phrase what is always put up in his book actually, when the world goes on one way, always choose another track. So that is a beautiful thing. So please do innovative things. That is the main thing what he's trying to put forward. And customer satisfaction. Like, so now I have understood one thing, sir. Marketing is not only about just advertising, putting up a, like new keywords or putting up some attractive points and everything. It's not about that. All, like all together is marketing. How you care about your customers, how you design the product according to your customers, like need and requirement, and how you deliver it. And even at the tough points, even at the predicaments, what we are going through, and even at that point, even at the pain point time, actually, how you care about your customers, how you deliver the product in a more effective way. Everything comes into marketing. So that is what I learned from you through this session, which is really good. And eventually and also we touched the point scenario L. So, like we must be always prepared for any kind of worst case scenario, which has to be, coming forward. And on that, I hope, sir, like probably I'm going right with the thing, because to make it more clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if I may, I would like to finish off with 2 words in Tamil.
Yes, sir, please. Yeah.
மக்களுக்கு என்ன தேவை, அந்த தேவைக்கு ஏற்ற சேவை, அதுதான் மார்க்கெட்டிங்.
That's Pravin Shekar touch. Like we got eventually at the end of the session. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. Actually, hoping forward to seeing another episode. Thank you so much, sir. And we'll look forward, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, sir. Yeah, thank you.